this thing is magnetic.
First step is to support the scanner chute and remove the retaining screws.
Lift. Make sure you're ready.
We're going to clip the cable ties right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side. Please note the orientation of the cables.
The power cable is critical. Left, black is on left, red is on right.
Yep.
And this will have to be pulled off.
The anti-static brush.
Yep. And just note placement where it goes. It's pretty easy. There are cutouts here for the sensors.
Hold on. Take your 7mm wrench.
With the adjustable end and start loosening these up. And what I do is I loosen it, and then you can go in, at least on the top, and actually to get better access you can open this up. And sometimes it's easy to, here I should pause it.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm. There's a washer, which is next to impossible to remove.
How many bolts?
4.
There's 4. So basically each
one
corner.
Yep. Actually, here, let's do it this way.
Make sure you have the angled.
Yep.
There we go. To get that lower right washer and screw. The
And lower left, and you're going to see the washer drops off.
Yep.
But I got the nut. This is an 8mm.
All right. To get to access the left bottom screw.
Nut, yeah. I'm on it now.
Okay. There you go. Sure you disconnect the scanner indicator LED strip. So at this point now we've removed the screws and we are carefully removing the scanner assembly.
And there goes a washer. This plate is just like that.
Okay. Yep. Now it's to mark the position of the scanner bracket and position of screws on the left and right brackets. And then once these are marked, then
These brackets will get moved to the replacement scanner. And then that one tab that Rob shows usually is right there. That gets removed and pitched. This LED here has to get peeled off and transferred over to the new scanner. So you can peel it off slowly and carefully and transfer it to the new scanner. Is when you're putting it in, you got to work around the cables, and then you got this stepper motor over here. Kind of tip it like that and work your motor in, and then it goes onto the posts. So now it's in place.
and gravity is naturally
It'll rest on here.
That's right.
So at this point now you can try and put the nuts back on. The nuts and washers on top, no washers needed on the bottom.
The next step was to just open the scanner a little bit, flip over the tab.
So you can get to the posts.
And the idea is to just start them on each
By
side
hand.
by hand. And then tighten them all once they're all.
Well, you have to get the teeth aligned in front.
That's right.
You'll see that the teeth on the bezel are higher than the teeth on the scanner. You want the teeth on the scanner to be a little more flush, and you can run your finger across and feel it should be smoother than this. So we'll adjust the scanner up to bring these teeth more in line with the teeth on the bezel.
Once the scanner.
Once you get the teeth aligned by using the, by manipulating the scanner up and down, then you can tighten up your top nuts and then confirm again that your teeth are still in good position.
And just run your finger.
You can run your finger, or you can take a card and just make sure that there's no catch points. And it feels smooth.
The idea is to nothing catches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good.
So as paper, the idea is as paper goes in or possibly out,
Correct.
there's no catch points.
You got it. Right. Now you go into your, go back to your, oops. You can, if you want, well, we won't do that yet. You want to feed your, if you fed the cable out to get it out of the way, you need to go back and then plug in your LED again. Yeah, and ensure you're putting it in correctly. It's keyed. So reconnect that, and then of course, hopefully you have some small zip ties, and you can you don't necessarily need to zip tie these back to the scanner. You can just kind of zip tie them and leave them there. They won't, as long as they're clearing the scanner and they're not in the way, they'll be fine.
So in other words, we want to make sure they're just dressed up once
Yep.
they're done.
Yep. You can, in fact, if you feel like, if you want to get aggressive and you want to throw a zip tie in there, then feel free, or you can just zip tie them together. Just maybe put one up here, just to make sure that they're out of the path of the scanner.
The next step is to connect the USB cable and the power cable back to the scanner.
And actually, let's see if I can do that. It's not the easiest thing. The easiest way to do it is to kind of get down. Let me see if I can get my hand in there.
So what John is doing right now is he's feeling
For the cable, and obviously USB is keyed, you kind of line it up. You can kind of flex this. Use a tool to sort of help guide. There we go.
There you go, and you can hear it snapping.
It'll click in.
Okay.
So you got the USB. Then you want to make sure on your power cable, once you secure that, that the left wire is the black wire. Oops. There we go. Come on, there we go. And you'll see, once you get it up into position, that the left wire is the black wire. And it's noted in the directions.
So at this point, all the screws for the actual scanner assembly are put in place. So now we're going to move on to putting the scanner chute.
And try and start it manually.
And the position on this is the actual scanner chute is actually
Under.
underneath the tab.
Yeah, because the threaded holes are part of the chute, so the tab goes under the tab that's physically mounted on the scanner.
And it's vice versa on the side too.
Same way.
Yep. On the left-hand side of the chute, you want to ensure that you attach the grounds to the left tab, which is right there. Okay.
And the easy way, oops. Get your Phillips, get it in the hole, bring this up, And start your screw. And snug it up.
Now that the chute is attached, now we're going to move into
Testing.
testing, and now we're going to repower the med center.
Yep.